today we see some evidence now that Blake Lively may have a history. So she's a serial fraudster. That's called fraud. I will happily participate in releasing any further leaks that they have because the truth should be out. What does she have to fear if she's telling the truth?
While debate raged in public, tensions on set supposedly soared behind the scenes. Justin Baldoni, the film's director, had envisioned a faithful adaptation that honored the novel's painful truths. Lively, originally credited as both actress and nominal executive producer, allegedly pushed for rewrites that skewed the story in a more glam direction. Baldoni's team found themselves in continual friction with Lively's Circle, who replaced previously approved costumes with pricey designer ensembles and insisted on story tweaks that, in their eyes, overlooked the darkest parts of the book.
She has started a fight she cannot win. She does appear like an Amber Heard to me. I have yet to see one of her complaints borne out. In fact, all of the ones I've seen have been undermined by his hardcore proof in text messaging and so on that
crew members whispered about a fraught environment, with Lively's hand-picked staff clashing against Baldoni's longtime collaborators. The divide widened when rumors emerged that she had flown a rough cut of the film to a fan event without proper authorization, risking massive leaks. Lively's defenders claimed she just wanted to treat dedicated readers to an exclusive first look, but Baldoni's supporters saw it as reckless self-interest that undermined the film's carefully planned rollout.
And she finally bumped into someone who was weak enough and not famous enough to stop her, right? This Justin Baldoni, most people had never even heard of him. He'd been in like one series. He certainly wasn't at Ryan Reynolds level fame, never mind Blake Lively. And she bullied him.
The pressure reached an explosive peak when Lively filed a $250 million lawsuit accusing Baldoni and his production company of creating a toxic workplace and launching a smear campaign against her. In a town accustomed to scandal, this one still managed to shock. Almost immediately, Baldoni fired back with a $400 million countersuit. His legal team painted a picture of Lively and Ryan Reynolds as puppet masters, orchestrating a full-scale takeover. Court documents alleged they manipulated the marketing, forcing Baldoni out of key promotions, then blamed him for the angry backlash that erupted online. Observers were stunned to see Reynolds dragged into the fray. He typically keeps a playful, easygoing public persona, but Baldoni's camp insisted Reynolds had participated in marginalizing the original production team, effectively removing Baldoni's name from interviews and events. Suddenly, everyone was dissecting the possibility that Reynolds' well-known marketing savvy might have steered Lively in a direction that clashed with the novel's gravity. A flurry of leaked emails, text messages, and behind-the-scenes footage soon fanned the flames. The claims became so convoluted and sensational that neutral observers had trouble discerning fact from spin. Lively's defenders argued Baldoni had weaponized these leaks to destroy her reputation, hoping that the barrage of negative publicity would cripple her legal and public standing. Meanwhile, Baldoni's supporters pointed to evidence suggesting Lively pressured him to shoulder the blame for her own promotional missteps, demanding that he release public statements, taking responsibility for every controversy. Each side insisted the other was manipulating the media. The result? A PR war that spread across tabloids, entertainment blogs, and even respected news outlets, all offering conflicting takes on who was truly at fault. Lively next attempted to clamp down on the flow of information with a gag order, insisting that ongoing disclosures harmed not only her personal brand, but also the integrity of the case. Yet a federal judge rejected her request, asserting that the public had a right to be informed of the proceedings. Her attempts to avoid being deposed by Baldoni's attorney, Brian Fredman, fell flat as well. Lively's lawyers argued Fredman's questioning methods were hostile and unfairly tainted by allegations that he had leaked documents. The court, however, was unconvinced and refused to disqualify him. For a star who has painstakingly cultivated a pristine, approachable image, the prospect of undergoing a pointed cross-examination could be professionally dangerous, especially with cameras and journalists likely following every development. Further fueling the chaos, newly revealed communications hinted that Lively and Reynolds had considered an outright purchase of the film rights to wrest full creative control from Baldoni. The plan, if true, seemed to revolve around recutting the film in a way that would overshadow criticisms of her marketing. Behind closed doors, Baldoni and his team reportedly balked at the idea, spurring a fresh wave of conflict that ultimately played out in court filings. Industry veterans whispered about the extraordinary lengths some actors will go to protect both personal image and financial stakes, especially when the story's subject matter runs this dark. The novel's themes stand in stark contrast to Lively's glamorous approach, and that disconnect may have led to the chaos that is now rocking all involved parties. In Hollywood, star power typically tips the scales in any dispute, but this time, the director and production company aren't backing down. Refusing to apologize, refusing to release statements that place all blame on themselves, they've instead flooded the public sphere with evidence suggesting Lively used her influence to repackage the film into a marketing vehicle for her personal brand. Sources claim she replaced composers, editors, and entire creative teams with her own picks, inflating the budget while diluting the novel's original heartbreak and raw conflict. If that's true, it's a move that not only jeopardizes this film's integrity, but also sets a troubling precedent for future star-driven projects, where delicate subject matter could be overshadowed by vanity and ambition. With both sides hunkered down, many in the industry speculate that the trial could redefine career trajectories. If Lively's allegations of a toxic environment are substantiated, Baldoni's reputation as a compassionate filmmaker could shatter, costing him future deals. If Baldoni's claims of sabotage and manipulative PR ring true, the Lively Reynolds brand might suffer irreparable harm, tainted by the notion that they undermined the film's moral gravity for personal gain. Even if the couple survives financially, their images, polished to comedic perfection online, may be permanently stained. Reynolds, in particular, risks facing tough questions about whether his carefully curated public persona is just a veneer. As the court date inches closer, each new leak draws more attention. Industry insiders wonder if the legal spectacle will overshadow the film's release entirely, leaving the story's important themes drowned out by Hollywood gossip. Fans, for their part, remain fiercely divided. Some defend Lively as a powerful woman who refused to be marginalized, while others argue she showed reckless disregard for the sensitive nature of the source material. Conspiracy theories, finger-pointing, and emotional reactions abound, and the truth seems more elusive than ever. Now, a single lawsuit threatens reputations, relationships, and fortunes. Will this raging conflict reshape Hollywood's power dynamics, or will it become just another footnote in the industry's long history of star-studded fiascos? The coming showdown promises answers, if the truth can finally break through the noise. For more of the latest news, check out the next video.